Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we are going to do the crocodile stitch. So I'm going to show you how to make some rows of alternating sizes, and then I'll also show you how to make a triangle shape. So let's get into it. So to start off, I have a chain here of 21. Your crocodile stitch needs to be, or should be, in multiples of 10 and then plus 1. So here I've got 21. And to start off, you go into your 6 chaining from your hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So right into that stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochets. So this pattern is worked in repetitions of this. 1 double crochet here and 2 double crochets. So to complete this, you just go chain 1. You're going to skip 2. So in the 3rd stitch here, 1, 2, 3, you're going to do 1 double crochet. And then chain 1. 3rd stitch from the last one, and then 2 double crochet. And chain, and 1, chain, and 2, chain, and 1 into the last one. So as long as you have repetitions of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, totally fine. If you end off with a 2 and a 1 or 2 2s, that's really not an issue. And the same thing is that, say you've made a blanket, or say you've made a chain and it's gigantic. You might have lost count and you're not too sure if it's plus 1 or multiples of 10. If you have to skip 3, or if you need to end off with your 2 and 1 and you've got 4 stitches here, you can do 2 double crochets into 2 separate stitches. It's totally fine. This is going to be the back of your project, so you won't see this. So if you start off and you don't have the proper ending to it, it's not an issue at all. You can just skip or add 2 to make it an even number. Like I said, you're not going to see this part. This is on the back of your project, so if you have a little fudge here, not the end of the world. So once you've got your back pieces done, either you're going to end off with 2 double crochets in 1 as your last stitch, or the 1 in 1. I'm going to show you this way first, just because it was closer. And to make your first scale, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to crochet 5 double crochets around the left 2 double crochets. So what I do is I fold this in half, well, not in half, but I fold this over, so that way that left double crochet is at the very top of my project, and I just open it up a bit, so that way I'm working around the 1 stitch. Like I said, it's a little bit difficult to figure out at first, but I just fold it so that way I'm working around just the 1 side and not fumbling between working through, and I might break through this stitch or I might go underneath it. You just want to make sure that you're working around that left double crochet. So you're going to be doing 5 around this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're going to turn your project around and you're going to work 5 double crochets. I'm all tangled. And then you're going to work 5 double crochets into that other 2 in 1 stitch. So now your piece is upside down. And again, I still fold it so that way I know exactly which stitch I'm going to go through in case I touch that single double crochet there. So around just the 1 stitch and add another 5 double crochets. Once you've got your first shell done, you've got 5 double crochets and 5 double crochets, you're just going to turn your project back to the back side of it, and you're going to enter a slip stitch right into that very top of the single double crochet there. So just right through that top V, yarn over, pull through, and pull through again. And then if you finished your row with the 2 double crochets, all you'll be doing is you're going to chain 3. So that's your 1 double crochet, and then you're going to add 4 to this side. 2, 3, 4. I then fold it so that way that double crochet is at the very top, and then you always want to turn it so that way you're still crocheting in the same direction as you normally would be. And then I'm going to add another 5 onto this side. So 1, 2, 5. And then again, a slip stitch into that single double crochet right there. So the only difference between this one here and this one is that this one has a singular double crochet here on the back side, whereas this one does not. And on the next row, it won't really matter, but I'll show you how to get around it on this side. Okay, and for the next row, you will be working the exact same way, and it'll be the same for this until the end. So you will fold and pick up that left V here out of the 2 and 5 double crochets around that left V. 5, and then 5 around your next one. And then always remember, just make sure that you're turning your project so that way you're always crocheting this way. Again, slip on the single lonely double crochet. And there you go, there's 2 scales. So I'm going to do 2 more with this one. I'm going to finish this one off and I'll show you how to start a new row. So with your first row done, most likely you'll have ended your row with a slip stitch. So into that very single double crochet, you're gonna add a slip stitch into the top of it. And same with this one. It was just the 1 single double crochet, not the 2 where you've put your shell or your scale onto it. Just the 1 single one, you've added a slip stitch into the top. And for your second row, the rule is where there was the 1 double crochet, you're now going to put the 2. And where your 2 were, you're now going to put 1. And that's to make your scales overlap. So where there's 2, your next one will be on top of the empty spot, another gap on top of the empty spot, another gap, and on top of the empty spot. So to do that, you're going to chain 3. You're going to turn your project, and right into that very top stitch, not into the double crochet itself, not into this, but into that very top V, you're going to add 1 more double crochet. And then chain 1. And you're going to double crochet right into this hole here. So right around it. Chain 1. A 2 double crochets into that single one in the back. They're a little bit difficult to find depending on how you've slip stitched in, as however you stitched your shell or your scale to it. Like I said, it's a little bit difficult to find that V. As long as you've gotten it pretty much where in a straight line, you're fine. Like I said, this is the back of the project, so you really don't see any little mistakes you've made. So to end this off, you have to remember that you still have that 1 double crochet right there. And even though it looks like there's nothing to insert your hook into, it's still right at the back. So don't forget about that one. And with this one, since it's on the very last bit, I just take the V from that last double crochet here and I insert into that one. So right into the side of the shell. And that's only because I find it's a bit too difficult to pull that last single double crochet and to find the V for it there. So I just kind of cheat a little bit. And then, just as normal, chain 3, 5 double crochets, so this one only gets the, 4 double crochets because of that very first chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn your project and into the next double crochet of the 2 and 1. You're going to do another 5. And again, slip stitch into that single double crochet. And there you go. You've got your second row of shells. So it's the same with this one. You just add 2 double crochets into the single, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and you end up with scales. So you're either going to continue to increase or to decrease again. So what we've just done here is we've increased our number of scales. So that was adding 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then adding another 2 double crochets onto the very last single crochet over here. And that gives you, that would give you 4 scales. So 1 here, 2, 3, and the 4th one. Or if you want to go back down to just 3 scales, or say you want to make it kind of wavy, what you'll do is instead of adding 2 double crochet here like you would the last time, you are going to chain 1. Then you're going to slip stitch right through your shell or your scale here. And then you're going to chain 4. So that's going to count as your very first double crochet in here, instead of just being able to chain 1 and double crochet, you've chained 4. So that way you get the height and that space chain for your next stitch. So you chain 4, and then you're going to add your 2 double crochet into this. And then you will continue it along with your 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're going to end it here with just the 1 instead of going to the end of your actual shell. So that will end up giving you just 3 shells again. So this is what it will look like if you continue doing the 4, 3, 4, 3 version. As you can see through some pieces. Just to get around this, I just take a darning needle and some of the same color yarn, and I just take it through this, and then down, and then I loop it through the back, and then again through this little section where the 2 scales are touching, and then through there, and that just kind of helps it lay flat. And then I will show you guys how to make it look into a V shape instead of starting off with 3 and then 4 and then 3 and 4 and 3. So to do this, you'll take your yarn you're going to start off with 1 scale at the first time. So what I do is I chain 4, I then put a double crochet right into the very first stitch. So you now technically have 2 double crochets. And then I'm gonna add my 5 double crochets around this one. Where you started your chain, you have your tail here. So all I'm gonna do is fold it very close to the double crochet, and I'm gonna actually crochet around the chain, or this tail as well. And then add your next 5. So there's your first scale, and you see this tail here. All you do, just cut it off. So it's wrapped around, and this is where the knot, oh sorry, this is where the knot is, and it's actually just crocheted all the way around. So that way it has a very hard time of coming loose. So now to increase, so that you go from the 1 to the 2, right here, you're going to do a chain 3, and then you're going to double crochet under this V. So right under here, not through the double crochet itself, so not through this part, but through under the V here. So then that way, you've got your 2 double crochets, chain 1, 1 double crochet through the middle, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets through that last V on this side of the scale, not on the top, but the side. So that very first one. You're going to put 2 double crochets into that. And so that is how you would get a scale here and a scale here. And then you just keep repeating this version. So after your 2 scales, you'll put another 2 double crochets into the side of the scales, and then all the way on the other end, another 2 on this side of the scale. And that will give you a nice, straight, scaly triangle. So once you've completed this video, you should understand how to make scale pattern stitches. In the next video, we will be making, or we will start to learn how to make amigurumi. So basically working in the round. So I'll show you how to make 3D little objects, just like this little guy. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a good time, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!